Hey, everybody. Welcome to this episode of The Vortex. I'm your host, Kathleen Pitt, the quantum psychic. Today, we are going to be talking about your soul purpose, your soul evolution, what you're here for, and what you're meant to be paid a lot of money for. Just to get some stuff out of the way, if you've been listening to me for some time and haven't downloaded my Quantum Leap mini training yet, what are you doing? It is jam-packed with value. It also comes with a light language wealth activation. It has everything you need to step into that power, step into your purpose, and truly quantum leap to your new reality. Everything in there is designed to really give you the steps forward and even some intense journaling to do a little bit of shadow work and see like where you've been playing small. That's free. And then, of course, if there's anything in that that is calling to you, or you're just like, I need to expand on this more, or there's this pulling in my chest in my life leading me to my next level, Super Creator is the program for you. Super Creator is a 6-month quantum container designed to shift your life. Like, not just a little bit, not just like, wow, I can't believe I'm talking about psychic and energy. No, I mean, the steps in there to radically claim responsibility of your life and shift the trajectory. And we're not talking quantum leap from $500 a month to $1,000 a month. I mean, from nothing to having everything. That's how intense the program is. That's how transformative it is. Millions created, hundreds of lives shifted, channeled straight from the Akashic records after I heard light language. And it is open for enrollment. And if you have any questions, I'll also drop a link below for you to schedule a call with me. If that's something that you're just like, I just want to know if it's a right fit. I have some questions about it. What is it? Is it right for me? Am I at a right place in my life to be doing this? I'll drop that link below and you can schedule a free 30-minute discovery call to see what's calling you. Like, what is your soul saying and why do you feel this way about this information? Something I always put in my marketing is like, if it's calling you, it's meant for you because we've already decided, right? Like, we have already decided in the quantum field how we were going to arrange this meeting, how our energetic threads and our soul contracts were going to be fulfilled. And that leads so well into the conversation that we're going to have today about your soul calling, your soul evolution, and what you're here for, what you're meant to be doing in this lifetime, and how you're meant to make a ton of money doing it. Now, that phrase alone was something that I somewhat struggled with in the beginning when I channeled this program, when it came through me, when I was like, how am I supposed to, what am I doing and why am I doing it? And like, I don't want to come off as greedy or I don't want to tell people that you have to do this to get this. It's so incredible what happens when you acknowledge like that shadow may have been playing out in the background, or like, why don't you feel like you're worthy to get paid well? Or why don't you feel worthy of receiving large sums of money to make your life easier? What program has been running in the background? That happens a lot with people who are born in like scarcity programming or lack or even religious programming, where we were told that like people who have money are very greedy. And then on the flip side, if you were born into wealth and life's been pretty easy for you, it can feel like you feel guilty, right? Like you're just like, I don't want to tell people that I make money or like how much I make or how easy my life is because I'm a caring and empathetic human. I know that other people are struggling. But the purpose of your soul contract with this world is to change the world, to better the world, to elevate not only yourself, but the people that you're meant to work with in this lifetime. One of the tenets that I teach and something I truly believe in, and it has like roots in, Jewish mysticism or Kabbalah, which like this is not like related to any religion. This is like pre-Jesus type of work. The Kabbalah states and like discusses this idea of your soul mission, your soul purpose, who you are, what you were born for, what you're meant to receive in this lifetime, how your soul contracts show up for you in this lifetime, and everything that's meant for you shows up for you in this lifetime when you move into alignment. So that's one of the main things that I believe, and something that really kind of what am I trying to say? Like overarches the structure of everything that I do. Like this core belief that you were born with a mission, that you know and knew before you were ever born where you were being born, in the family you were being born, the things that you were going to have to go through to learn the lessons that you needed to get you into full alignment. You knew that before you were ever born. You chose that and then you were born. And in being born in like a physical body, a 3D vessel, and space, like living in the body, you are now subject to time and space. That is something that we are constricted with in this dimension. We chose it, right? We chose to come into this dimension. Our soul chose to come with us. And so now we get to work with this time space dimension. In time space, we don't know what the next thing is going to be. We don't know how things are going to unfold for us. We just are moving. And until you reach a certain level of conscious awareness, which is probably why you're listening to this podcast, until you reach a certain level of conscious awareness, you're kind of just going through the motions, or you feel like this is just it, like this is my life. And then you start seeing things about changing your life and manifestation and quantum leaping. And you're like, well, that sounds nice. That seems pretty cool. I want to do that. And then it leads you into this whole other evolution of self where it's like, everything that I've gone through in my life is meant to bring me back to my soul mission. Now, what is your soul mission? I can't tell you that in this podcast. I can't tell you right now, like, well, if you're listening to this, you're definitely supposed to be making art. Like, no, only you know what your soul mission is, what your soul purpose is. Now, when I talk to people about their soul mission, that's always the biggest question. Like, well, what is my purpose? Like, I know I'm made for more. I know there's more out there for me. I know I'm meant to be extremely wealthy. I know I'm meant to be paid. I've always known I was going to be famous. When I look up at the stars, I feel this ache in my chest. Like, I just want to surrender to whatever's calling me, or I'm homesick for a place I've never been to. So they come to me and they say that I feel like that resonates with me. I believe that and I know that on some level that there's something more out there for me. And so what I always do and ask and guide them through is like, okay, well, what do you know? What do you know? And they'll give me like answers. They'll say like, well, I know that my job pays my bills and I have a house and I have a mortgage and I have a car payment and I know that it's a good job and I know that I went to school for it and I know that, this and like all these like logical things that they've already done. Like people I work with are very smart. They're very intelligent. If you're listening to this, you're very intelligent. You're very smart. You've already thought about how you could make money, how other people are doing it. You've analyzed if it's a good or bad idea for you, if you have time for it, if your kids would do it, if your husband or partner would be up for it. It's like all of these, you've already done that work. So we get that out of the way. I let you say that. And then we have like a little heart to heart where it's like, okay, I know that you know that with your mind, but what do you know? Like, what do you know at a cellular level? What is your body telling you? Well, like Kathleen, like I said, I know I'm made for more. I know that I'm meant to be famous. I know that it's meant to be easier than this. I know that there's something out there, but what is it? Okay, beautiful. Okay, we got it. So we got the logical side, and then we have this like unknown metaphysical side that's calling your name. Beautiful. Now take a deep breath and just let your mind relax. And this is a beautiful thing to do in that quantum leap mini training in the wealth activation. We talk about like how wealth coming to you, what's your channel of wealth, how is abundance being received by you. If you know that you're made for more and you know that like all these things, you logically know like, oh, I have a mortgage and I have a job, blah, blah, and then you know that you're made for more and you know that there's something out there for you. We have logical and then we have metaphysical. I want you to forget the logical things for just a second. And before you like put a wall up and say like, okay, well, just for a second, but then I'll go right back. I want you to just ask yourself, is that those logical things serving you on a fulfillment level? Do you feel completely fulfilled in your life? Like you feel overjoyed with happiness, with peace, with abundance, with love, with laughter. You feel full, like overjoyed, just full and full and full. Your cup runneth over. I know that you don't, because that's why you're listening to this, because that's why you feel this way. So that is no longer serving you. that logical piece that's kept you in the safe and familiar, that's kept you from moving forward on your path that's in front of you on that alignment, it is no longer serving you. So I just want you to forget about it for a second. Just indulge me for a second. And let's go back to that metaphysical piece where you know you're made for more, where the stars like light you up and that you've always known that you are meant to be famous or meant to be heard and seen in a big way. I want you to go back to that part. And if you can close your eyes or pause and go listen to that meditation on my freebie, it'll be right in your inbox. What do you know? Who are you meant to help? What have you gone through in your life? What have you learned from what you've gone through? What's on the other side of that? What would make you feel so fulfilled? Sometimes you don't even need to know that. The belief that there's another timeline out there where you are living completely fulfilled, completely whole, happy, healthy, free. You're not wanting for anything. You have time, you have capacity, you have relationships that are just overflowing with love and peace. This weekend, it's kind of embarrassing to admit, but like I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I run a business, and I also manage, like my husband has a really intense job too. So it's like I manage our household, I manage things. This weekend was probably for like 4 days, just because we had a long weekend, 4 days of just complete joy of being around my kids. Just absolute complete fulfillment. Anything they wanted. Yeah, let's do that. Like, oh, who cares? Oh, you're hurt? Okay, come here. I wasn't annoyed. I didn't get irritated. For the first time in my life of being a mom, I was able to like fully expand and enjoy being just there for them. Again, embarrassing to say out loud, but like that is the truth. I was had a nervous system that was fried from here to kingdom come. I didn't know any way better. I was raised a certain way, and then I just transferred that to my children. I did the uncomfortable thing of relearning and going into alignment and discovering my gifts and finding my soul purpose and trusting the vision, trusting that that logical side, the one that said be a nurse practitioner, do this thing, make the money, have the house, have the car, all that stuff wasn't serving me anymore. And I dared to dream different. And that path to daring to dream differently led me to a complete and fulfilling life, like on so many ways. So if this podcast isn't about that, but that was just a beautiful moment for me this weekend, and I want that for you. I want you to feel into the joy of fulfilling relationships, of fulfilling life, like one where you're not stressed, one where you're not just a mother, one where you're not just a father, and one where you're not just a label, a title, where you are you. And not only are you you, but you're getting paid for being you, being paid for being authentically yourself, your story. The thing that makes you you, there's only one you. You are the only one that can do what you do in the way that you do it. And the sooner you accept that and align with that and allow that freedom of expression of who you are, what you've gone through, because again, remember, your soul chose to go through that journey. And you can alchemize your pain and you can meet your shadow and you can find those scary and dark parts of yourself and admit that they've been running in the background this whole time. Then you can shift it. We move the subconscious to the conscious awareness, and then we can shift it. Then we can move it. Then we can change things for ourselves. Because if there's one thing I know about your soul calling is that your soul calling will keep calling you. Your soul decided on this, okay? So it is the thing that is going to keep coming up. And if there's a pattern in your life or a karmic like debt, you're like, why is this happening to me again? This always happens to me. It doesn't matter what I do. This is the outcome that I have. That is a karmic debt that is playing out. And I like to call those energetic portals to entry, like the opportunities the universe is giving you to choose differently, to see that this pattern is patterning. And you get to hop through that portal. You get to move into a new state of being. You get to shift your energy and change your vortex now by the choices that you make. When we have that vision, when we know we're made for more, when we see this life of fulfillment and completion and everything's happy and abundant and just full of love, and then we can begin to move in alignment with that. That is how you manifest. That is how you quantum leap because that vision is energy. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. So when you see that vision, it is simply energy. Energy being transmitted through the physical into your mind. But it can't stop there. The belief that it's possible is enough to get started, but it's not enough to put it into motion. To put it into motion, you begin to take aligned actions. You download that freebie. You listen to that meditation. You let source wash over you. You let yourself be open. Okay, I'm open to receiving that there's something else out there for me. I'm open to see like whatever this chick online is saying. Maybe it's true. I don't know. I could doubt it, but the way that I've been living my life is no longer serving me. Like, let's try this. Let's just try something else. And when you let that happen and you take those aligned actions and you listen to that meditation and you see the vision and then you trust the vision and you take actions as if it's already done. I know I'll be successful because I saw it. I know that this is possible because I saw it. That timeline exists in the quantum field. I saw it. I saw it. And so I'm going to continue to take aligned action after aligned action after aligned action. Going to continue to trust that there is a different force out there than what I've been doing. There's a different way of doing things than what I've been doing. There's a different possibility available to me than what I've been doing because what I've been doing isn't working. You can be stuck in the safe and familiar. You can create that safety around you. But if you lack fulfillment, you'll never be truly free. To be free, to live in alignment, it's like about creating heaven on earth now. So many people are trapped in this perpetual hell, and it's a perpetual hell of your own creation. You are the person putting yourself in a box. You've created the box, you've put up the walls, and you've locked yourself inside. And if you can just for a moment surrender and say, I don't want to be in this box anymore. I don't want to do it this way anymore. I want to just pretend for a second that there's a different way of doing things. And not only am I allowed to chase that dream, but it is meant for me. It is my destiny. It is who I've always meant to be. You were always meant to live in your soul vision. You were always meant to embrace your purpose. You were always meant to live in alignment and have everything you've ever wanted. And it gets to be easy and it gets to flow and you get to be paid for being yourself. Why? Because you are meant to help people in this world. Your story, again, you're the only one that knows what to do in the way that you do it. And you have soul contracts and agreements with other people that will resonate with you. And they may not even be able to explain it. They'll just be like, I don't know, I just have to work with you. I just want to buy that painting or like that book. I just couldn't stop reading it. You don't have to know how. You just have to know that it's done. And that certainty, that frequency of certainty in taking those aligned actions and moving as a match for what you see in your vision and trusting that it's done, that it's done, that it's done. That is going to be what quantum leaps you to your new reality and lets you live in alignment with that soul vision, with your soul purpose. What is your soul purpose? I don't know. But I know that you know. Somewhere deep inside your body, somewhere deep inside your heart, you know. And when you trust that part of yourself, which is going to feel unfamiliar, it's going to feel shaky at best. It's going to feel like, I think I just posted this email today of like, was I making all this up? And it was just this like kind of almost like poem or monologue that was channeled through me of like, I heard light language and I started crying. That's how my awakening began for people who are new, right? And it's like, what is this? Like in my office, I got my white coat on, my patient's about to come in. What is this? And I kept having visions of the mission, the message, the impact. I was like, well, no, I don't want to do that. And then the money would appear, or I can't do that. I can't afford it. The money would appear like the next day, the exact amount, the dollar amount to the cent. It would be available for me. Was I making this up? Clients coming to find me. There's no reason. I have like no testimonials. Clients coming to find me, trusting in the vision, saying, I don't know, but I just know that I'm meant to work with you. Watching their lives radically shift, watching them get paid for their transformation, watching them change the trajectory of not only their life, but their children's lives as they change and shift and heal decades and generations of trauma. Was I making it up? I wasn't making any of it up. It was very scary. It was very uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable for me. It was uncomfortable for my family. But like I said, the choice, the choices I had were to continue living my very peaceful, comfortable, high level life. I don't want to say like high, like I wasn't like bathed in money, but in terms of like checklist of success, I had it all, right? But the thing about having it all, when you have it all and you're not fulfilled, you end up spending it all on shit that you're hoping was going to make you fulfilled, whether that be vacations or handbags or alcohol or, like help around the house. Like maybe if I get a house cleaner, I'll feel less overwhelmed. Maybe if I hire a chef, I'll be less overwhelmed. Maybe if I more childcare, I'll feel less overwhelmed. But it was never about that. It was about living in alignment. So I had the choice, just like you have the choice. You trust that logical side of you that's gotten you to where you are, and that everybody can look at you and say, wow, she's so successful. She has it all. She's doing really well in life. Like, yep, she's got it. Meanwhile, you're dying on the inside. You're bored. You're just like, what the heck is this? Or you can trust the other side. I'm made for more. I know there's more out there for me. I know that there's a life, and I know it's meant to be easy, and I know it's meant to make me feel free. I know it. I know it, but I don't know how. All that is future you talking to you, telling you. It gets to be really good. It gets to be really easy. You get to just be yourself, and everything that's not meant for you is going to fall away. Your soul calling will keep calling you. I've said that before and I'll say it again. Your soul calling will keep calling you. And what I mean by that is you will always have a choice. You have free will. But I don't want it to get so bad for you that then you're like, fine, now I'll do it. Now everyone's left me. I have no money. My house is gone. My kids hate me. Okay, now I'll give up. Now I'll do it. I don't want you to look back on your life and regret. There's like also a theory that if you don't do it and you live like a safe, comfortable life and you ignore that calling, that pull to more, that thing that's like guiding you to your next level and your next step, and you pass away or die, you will reincarnate and you'll just do it again. You'll just repeat this cycle again. Let this be your moment. Let this be your defining place in your life. Let this be your vision. You don't have to wait for it to get so bad before you decide to change your life. You get to change your life at any time. No explanation needed. You don't need permission. And if you want permission, here, I'll give it to you. I'm the living, breathing embodiment of shifting the trajectory of your life and watching it all unfold for you. And so are my clients. You get to change your life at any moment. You decide. You're in charge. You have the power. It is your life. You are the creator, and you can manifest anything you want when you give yourself the permission to believe that you can. Lots of love, everybody. I think that's enough for one podcast today. Download the freebie, listen to that activation. There's like 7 people listening right now that need to do that. So go do that. Again, if you're feeling the call and you're like, I want to just talk about this more, I want to talk about my vision, my purpose, my life, my soul, book your discovery call below. I'll add that link. And if you're ready to dive all the way in, Super Creator is for you to find your purpose, ignite your psychic gifts, your intuition, and lead a life by design that you are paid for. Have a beautiful day.